You didn't turn that on yet, did you?
I did.
No.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, goodness gracious me.
Hello, everybody.
Howdy.
Happy Monday. Happy May 2nd. Welcome, May. Although it doesn't feel like May.
No. Yesterday was May Day. And Cinco de Mayo is in
Thursday.
3 days.
I can't wait for that.
Yeah, it's fun.
I need to make a plan to go to the city. I'm really longing for
what?
Margaritas and chips.
There you go.
That's what I want.
All that good stuff. And the
Salt.
stuff you put on the chip. Oh, I know. I love the
anything salt.
The older I get, the more I seem to like salt. I don't know.
Salt, and more salt. Anyway.
Hello,
everyone.
I don't think there's anyone there, Dina. There's
That's
nobody
okay.
on.
That's all right. This is podcast number 99.
We're here. That's all I can.
We're here. I'm Dina. You can find me at The Knitting Place on Instagram, Ravelry, and Facebook.
I am Pam. Well, I'm Pam, but Pam Sapp on Instagram and Ravelry. And Pam Sapienza on Facebook.
My name is Dina.
My name is Dina. Dina. Although I will say,
you can find me at The Knitting Place. Like I always introduce myself as The Knitting Place. I really do have a name.
You don't have a name yet. Although a lot of people come in and they will call and Dina's name is of course Dina, but a lot of people say, what's the other way they say? Dina.
Yes.
They say Dina.
Which is my birth name, you know.
You say it, but it's still spelt the way it's spelt now, only it's pronounced differently.
Right.
Yeah, it's funny because, I've known you so long that when I see Dina, D-I-N-A, I think it's Dina. When people say Dina, I'm like, what are they saying?
Right.
But I used to say Dina too, years ago. I know how to get Dina out of Dina.
So I'll tell you.
I just stand
in school, my first language was Hebrew.
Mm-hmm.
Did I ever tell you the story?
I believe you did. So no, but tell them the story.
Well, the story goes, my first language was Hebrew. And when I went to school, they put me in the learning center to learn English. And
you didn't speak English at the time?
No.
Really?
No. No, that's not true. I went to nursery school. I went to Montessori nursery school.
Mm-hmm.
So when I went to kindergarten, my English wasn't up to par. So they put me in like the learning center.
Right.
And I learned, they gave me a French teacher to teach me English. It was very funny. As a matter of fact, that was the woman that Betty came in with. Do you remember Betty came in with a customer, with a woman, her friend?
Yeah, she taught me you English. Oh, that's so funny.
Small world.
So funny.
So funny.
Well, Dina, and that's probably why you're so good with languages. She's very good because you speak, of course, English, you speak Hebrew, and you speak Spanish. Am I right?
A little Spanish, and I understand Arabic.
She can pick up the phone and talk to someone in Spanish. That's more than speaking a little Spanish.
It's
I can say I speak a little Italian, but I can't converse in it. It's so funny.
And then, of course, I understand Arabic from my parents. But anyway,
you understand Arabic too.
Mm-hmm. But not like the dialect probably that Hala speaks.
Oh, that I don't know. It's like anything else. There are different dialects in various different countries.
Right. So anyway, this teacher said, you pronounce your name Dina, like with a long I. That's how you pronounce it.
Oh, is that what she said?
So I would go home. Yeah, I went home and I would tell my parents, you pronounce it, in English, you have to say Dina.
And they listen. Right. Is that how you got Dina? So it's that lady's fault. And people come in. Someone just last week said, Dina. Is it Dina? I said, no, it's Dina.
Dina.
I say Dina, you say Dina. Oh, look who's on Knitting Posse. Is
Hello,
that Kate?
Nick?
She said she just sent us a text.
Hi.
Oh, it's Kim.
Kim, you sent me a text. Yes, Kim. So I was just asking Pam, this is beautiful. She wants to make a new soldatna, but we don't have to get personal.
Who does?
I think it's Kim.
I'd love to make one too. We were talking about that last week.
Look at how pretty.
Oh, that's a pretty combo.
That's gorgeous.
I like that.
Well,
it's
let
like
me
khaki
share.
And pink.
Kim, is that your soldatna?
The color you're not really picking up is that dark color. It's like a khaki. Maybe it's a green gray, or it's
stunning.
It's probably like a green gray.
It's definitely not black.
No.
Although it looks like,
she's got like that posy pink color and like
beautiful.
A peachy color, and
very pretty.
Love it.
So I'll be on it tomorrow. How's everybody? Oh, they love the peacock tees. Yes, we're wearing our peacocks.
We were trying to think of a name for the podcast. Let your imagination roam.
Right. Exactly. We'll keep it clean. Yeah, so I left mine here over the weekend. I was supposed to take it home Saturday. I took out the bag to show Meryl because it was in my project bag.
Yours is steam better than mine.
Well, I steamed it here. I didn't wet block it.
I didn't give it steam here.
My ends are not done, full disclosure. So if you see like some straggling ends, it's because they're literally
we all have ends.
I've got tassels inside.
I was going to say, I have to say in full disclosure, because I'm a very vain person, that I have a dark spot in the middle of my forehead. Do you see it? Right there. I hit my head today at home.
It does look a little black and blue.
You see it?
Yeah.
I was putting our ingredients for our iced coffee together, and my head hit the marble count.
No good
Could have knocked myself
out.
It was worth it for the iced coffee.
Yes, I already.
We just sat down here. It's funny because I hadn't even thought about it until we sat down, and I could see that
we're taking pictures
in the middle of my forehead.
So I'm sorry. Does it hurt?
It does if I touch it. Yeah, if I touch it. But I won't touch it. Who touches their forehead?
Should I give you a piece of ice?
No. I probably should have done the ice when I first did it, right? That would have been good. Anyway.
So how is everybody doing?
Did everybody enjoy LYS Day on Saturday in their local yarn shop?
My goodness. We were open for a short time, but we were slammed.
Christine is on. I just saw she's on.
Oh, hi, Christine.
Yep. Christine, she stopped by to see us on
Saturday. You're so welcome. It was so good to see you. Your bruise will match your sweater.
Yes, it's blue, black and blue, right? Thank you,
Too
Kim.
funny. Too funny. Greetings from Maryland. So nice to see you. Yeah, it was a busy day and it was a lot of fun.
And the weather was beautiful too. It was a very nice weekend.
With a beautiful weekend.
You know, today I woke up and I said, "Is it raining outside?"
It was such a bummer this morning. I just couldn't get out of bed.
Well, you know, it's funny because I told Dina earlier that tomorrow for school, I don't have to go into school. It's a conference day. So we're so lucky they're allowing us to do a Zoom from home.
That's so amazing.
So the first thing I thought when I woke up at you know, whatever time, 6 o'clock, 6:30
you only need to be fine.
If only today was the conference day, because imagine
the rain.
When you're able to stay home, it's a rainy day, right? Isn't it nice? But
I came in late. I'm not gonna lie. I just couldn't get myself up. Not to mention, we walked so much yesterday. We went to go visit Zach, which was really nice. It was a beautiful day. We drove up to Rhode Island.
How long did it take you to get there?
3 hours there. But then we drove Jake home into the city.
Oh.
So that was a little,
a detour. So how long did it take you to get home?
We got home, I think it was about midnight, close to 12:30.
You got home late? What time did you leave Rhode Island?
Well, we went out for dinner, which was really, you know where we went? We went to Newport. So from Providence, we drove to Newport. We walked around there. How long a drive was that? About 45 minutes or a half hour. Not too bad. But we went to White Horse Tavern. Does anyone know White Horse Tavern? The oldest tavern in the United States.
Really?
I think it was beer. 16. Yes, it was a very fruity beer. It was an IPA.
Oh,
it was very good. IPAs. It was built in, I think, the home was built first and then it was converted into a tavern, I think in 1673.
Nice.
How crazy is that? Is that Caddy Jacks? Oh my goodness. Hello.
Look at your sweater. So
Twinning. Yeah, so it was kind of fun. You know?
Did that?
Yes. So we ate there. It was really good. And then we walked around, went to an ice cream shop.
Oh, yeah, ice cream.
Kilwin's, I think is the name of the ice cream shop. It was really good.
Very nice.
Yeah, I had Newport Mud, I think was the name of the ice cream. It was so good.
Was it like a chocolate coffee?
It was actually vanilla with shaved chocolate and then caramel running through.
Oh, that's the kind I would get. That is what I would get.
It was so good.
Oh, that sounds great.
Yeah. So this morning I was definitely feeling a little
So did you have to take Zach back to school?
No, he drove separate so that we wouldn't have to drive him back.
To go back.
That was when Joe came up, so he drove my mother home and we drove Jake home.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. Although you would have been better off driving your mother home, probably.
Yeah, we would have been. But you know what? Joe's Michelle has COVID. So they've been, it's crazy. It's just crazy. It's going around again.
My daughter has COVID, right? Remember I messaged you yesterday about that.
Terrible. I'm glad that she's feeling better. I
Yeah,
mean,
she
it
is.
seems like it's not lasting too long.
But I was surprised because a lot of people late that I hear that have it, it's very mild, you know,
Yes.
or they don't have any symptoms, whatever. But she really had, you know, she had the headache and the sore throat and the congestion and
But
the
you
chest
said she's
hurt.
already
But
better today.
But yeah, she's been taking, you know, the zinc, vitamin D, all that stuff, and you know, she took a nap yesterday and she woke up. She said, "I really feel, you know, I mean, she still sounds congested. She still has a sore throat, but she felt that her chest didn't hurt anymore," which is the thing I was concerned about.
Of course.
It's always the chest, you know. But she's doing well. She's doing well.
Thank goodness.
Thank goodness. But anyway, so when you came into Manhattan, so you drove into Manhattan, dropped them off, and then came
Yeah,
out.
and
Where
it's
was
so
the
funny.
traffic? Did you hit traffic?
We did hit traffic, and it actually detoured us on off of
95
I-95.
to where?
Yes, some side roads that were parallel, but then we made it back on. It was annoying.
Well, you shouldn't have hit really too much traffic considering the time you were driving.
Correct.
Because it was nighttime. It was late.
Correct.
It was late.
I mean, it was so much driving that I even got tired of knitting, if you can imagine that.
But now it's dark out.
I had the front light on.
But
I
which
had
front
to
light?
stop.
The light on the visor?
No.
Which front light?
Sophie ended up driving the second leg. It was the light in the center.
The one in the center. Yes. Who was driving?
Sophie. It didn't bother her.
Did that bother her?
No, I asked her. It didn't.
And you didn't get nauseous. Who knits or crochets when they're driving? Not that while they're driving, but when they're in the car and gets nauseous?
Not me. And it's so funny because Sophie, oh my goodness, did you guys see my story? Sophie was crocheting. So when she was driving back from Michigan, she started to crochet, but she really didn't know how to crochet. So she was trying to watch YouTube.
Trying to do a video. Right.
And she was driving home with a friend from Michigan. She said, "Mom, I couldn't do it. I was getting nauseous." And I think it's because she was just getting started.
She was very intense
exactly.
on what she was doing.
Going from video to the crochet. So she's like, "I don't think I can crochet in the car."
But did she do it yesterday?
Yes, she did so much.
Was she sitting in the front or in the back?
She was in the back.
I find it makes a difference too if I'm in the back versus in the front. The back will make me nauseous.
Yeah, a little bit.
So
my husband's driving.
I was going to say what?
And then Sophie volunteered to drive. I'm like, "Are you sure you were?"
So on the way back, you were in the front. Sophie was driving. He sat in the back.
Yes, Jake. Yes.
And did they sleep in the back?
Of course. Jake was on a business call like almost the entire time.
I love that story with your husband when you were setting up for Vogue. That was the funniest thing with your husband driving in the car. That was so funny.
Him in the car. There's always a story. It's the funniest thing.
Well, I know my husband, he'll say, "Oh, I can't," like he said the other night, "I just haven't had, the past 2 nights, I haven't had a good night's sleep. I haven't been able to go to sleep." You put him in a car, you're not even out of the driveway.
And he's out
and he's asleep.
Well,
unfortunately, that goes when he's driving too.
Well, you were in that vehicle. No, but Az is notorious. He's like, "Oh, I can't drive the second half." And I feel so spoiled because I never offered to drive because obviously I want to knit.
Yeah, right. But if he said to you, I feel like I can't drive, you would drive.
Absolutely.
Right.
So he's like, I really need to answer emails. I need to work. And then all of a sudden we hear him snoring in the back.
Ask him how those emails went.
Too funny.
Well, that's like my husband. He drives like this. He's driving and he's like this. He's
looking
at the scenery. Forget it. Anyway,
all right.
It's not good if you like to drive. If your other half is not a reliable
driver. And then I thought Sophie would say, "Oh, I want to crochet," but she didn't.
She didn't.
No. Very funny.
Well, good for Sophie. Thank God she drove for you.
I need a chauffeur so that I can knit in the car.
Exactly.
Good one, Karina.
Well, that's also the story. Remember the story when we went to Vogue the other time and Sophie drove? And I was in the car.
Sophie with her permit is driving to Manhattan.
So Dina, this is the story. It's Friday. It's set up. Vogue starts Friday night.
I was already in the city.
You're in the city. It's a real fast story.
Only my husband.
I was at school because I was working in the morning. So I came home. I drove to Dinah's house. I was meeting her husband there and her daughter. We were going to drive in, which is what we would normally do. We'd go in the afternoon. We'd finish setting up. The show would open. Your husband would be there. Maybe 1 or 2 or all your kids would be there. Maybe we go out to dinner afterwards, right? So I get to her house and it's her husband, her daughter, and a friend.
It's Darren.
Darren, your friend Darren, right? So we're going in, and the car's getting loaded up, and I had gotten stuff from the shop and had brought it. And I forget what happened. So your husband tells Sophie to drive. Hey, Soph, you want to drive? Now we're driving from Long Island into Manhattan. We're not driving
full to the rim. Like you can't even see out the rear view mirror,
we're
right?
Not we're driving on the LIE into Manhattan to where the theater district is, and
pure congestion.
Darren, your husband's friend, says, I don't know. Do you think that she really, if that's a good idea, driving into the city? She's never been driven in the city before. And I'm like, oh my God.
And panic sets in.
Then I said, okay, well, I'm going to sit in the back, And so then they're loading up, and your husband says, oh, Pam, you'll sit in the front with Sophie. I'm like, I don't want to sit in the front with Sophie.
Navigator.
But it was so funny. But she did well. She did. Considering she'd never driven in the city before. She had a big SUV
crazy.
loaded with stuff
crazy.
in it.
I would have never allowed that to happen.
Well, what was I going to say? I'm not.
No. Oh, I mean, you could have texted me. You could call me, but
why
still.
Wouldn't you then? I would.
I don't even know.
I would bite the bullet. I would bite the bullet.
You need like a double seatbelt.
I'm sacrificing myself.
Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, Pam.
I'm only teasing. Oh, funny stories.
Anyway, that was very funny.
But it is it is a knitting podcast, guys.
Yes, let's get down to knitting.
Mm.
What are you wearing?
I am wearing a whip. I am wearing the Peacock Tee.
It's not a whip.
Oh, it's not a whip. It's an FO. It's an FO. And it's
for the ends.
Exactly. Except for the ends. Right? It's the Peacock Tee by Le Petit is the designer. Le Petit. That is her name.
Something. Yes.
And
Le Petit Designs.
Le Petit Designs. And I used Lene, which is a worsted weight, light worsted, maybe even DK, from Samsøe, cotton, linen, and what's the other bit? Cotton, linen, and
viscose.
Viscose, yeah.
It's not the A word. Viscose.
It's not the A word. It was a lovely knit. I love Lene. I do happen, and I am not a cotton knitter. Dina knows that, right? I am not a cotton knitter.
But this yarn is a mutt, and it has a wonderful hand.
It's a mutt.
It is. We call it like a workhorse yarn.
It is a workhorse yarn. It
wears well. Mm-hmm. It washes well. Yep. It drapes well. I love it.
My anchor was knit in this. My wild clover, or as Anne would say, her wild lover.
We have the snowbell.
The snowbell. Yeah, and there are so many other ones that we could knit in this that we even say to ourselves.
The summer cardigan that was out of. Was that out of the first book? I think that was out of the first book, not 2104.
No, it wasn't. It's not in 2104.
The first book. Yeah. The pretty cardigan.
So there are so many things because there are a lot of summer sweaters that call for a 5-stitch, an 18-stitch. You could knit this at 18, 19, 20, 21, even probably 22 if you had to. Stitch gauge. And it just holds up beautifully. I put it in the washing machine.
It's great. It's a really great yarn. I think Kim is asking how many skeins for that sweater. I meant to weigh mine. 6.
I said it was 5, but I bought 7. I know I have 1 I didn't use, but I was telling Dina, I don't know. I don't remember going into the 6th skein, but I can't find it.
I weighed mine. I think it's 6 skeins.
And we made the size 42 finished.
Yes. Which is a size, was it a size smaller than what we did for the anchor?
Yeah, I think it was because the anchor I did 44. And although I wear it and I love it, I could have gone down a size. But it's still fine. It's still, totally wearable. But I mean, I would cast on another sweater now in Lene for the summertime.
But we're low on inventory. But we're getting a new shipment.
When we get it.
I think Caddy Jacks is asking, do we have the yarn handy to show us all the pretty colors?
I'll get it.
Okay. We have a tray of different colors.
When is it coming in, Dina?
Believe it or not, I think it's coming in this week, and it might ship.
Oh.
Hopefully they'll turn it around.
Is that right? Oh, that would be
Which would be really special.
Then I could do my top.
And there's so many good new colors. However,
colors too?
They're hot colors. Yeah,
hot colors?
like bright.
Ooh.
But there's a caveat to that. Not all the colors are coming in. Some of the basics aren't all coming in, unfortunately.
That's not a problem because there's so many colors in Lene. It's not like we only carry 5 colors and 3 of them aren't in.
Correct. But there's going to be a new range
of
color.
let me, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take the tin off the top. How does that sound? If I take the, now we also have tin Lene. Tin Lene is the fingering weight version. It's the same. Yeah, that's the Yumi in the back. It's the same everything, just it's fingering weight. Correct. And that's what a few of these are.
Right. And we promoted the tin Lene also for the lovely tea, the Laya, and the Yumi, I think it was.
Did you see that Kimberly did that on her machine?
She done with it already? She posted in the thread?
No, I'm just saying from the Zoom the other night. That's crazy. That's cheating. It's cheating. You can't use a knitting machine.
Wait a second. How can you say that's cheating when we spoke about the sock machine?
Well, that's not cheating. A sock machine, that's totally different. That's totally different, Dina.
Okay, guys.
No, that's totally different. I'm sorry. That's totally different. Wouldn't you say, do you think that knitting on a sock machine is the same as knitting your sweater
on a knitting machine?
That's totally different. In my mind, that's
You're killing me.
Let us know. Comment on the side there.
Comment below.
I guess we don't need two of these.
Okay. So this is the Aubergine, the colorway that I did. I believe this colorway is coming back in stock. 4361.
Mine is, I don't know. Mine,
you know what? Let me see if I can.
We don't have mine here.
Out.
This is colorway. I think 63, 60. Is it 63, 64, 64, 63? I don't remember. Is this petrol? This is petrol.
Yes,
this is petrol. But I have lovely blues. This is another blue. This is tin Lene, but you see the difference there? It's a little more grayish blue. But here, I'm going to hold this up. Hold on, let me get rid of this so I don't spill it. Here, look at this. This is just a few of the colors. There's beiges and light pinks. This is the color of, actually it's not. Is this the color of your anchor?
Yes.
That's the
terracotta.
The terracotta.
Wait, I want to see what people are saying, if they think it's cheating.
Are they in?
Okay.
No, it's not.
Hold on a second.
I'm putting them.
People are getting in their yarn. That's so cute. Okay, wait a second, Valerie. There's a lot of work in learning to use the machine. Setting it up and using it. My hat goes off.
What are you talking about?
To
a
those
knitting
who
machine?
Use them. Yes, Valerie's saying. So I guess you agree that it's not cheating. Yes, Pam, it's the same, LOL.
No, it's not.
Yes, sock versus sweater knitting machine, totally different.
It's different, right? There you go.
Sock machine knitting is okay.
Yes. How you could you say that with a sweater? There's so much more knitting with a sweater than there is with a sock.
Knitting Cassie, it's cheating until I get one. Then I won't consider cheating. I'm with you, Kim.
I like that answer.
That's so funny. It's not cheating, but different than a hand knit. You guys are so funny. Well, colors that are on the way.
I'm organizing the colors here.
Is this 4361?
No, is that 4361? Yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so the Aubergine is on the way.
Dina's sweater color.
What did you say your colorway was?
I think it's like 63, 64, 64, 63.
Unfortunately, that is not coming in.
How about this one? 60, 61. Is that 60, 61?
60, 81.
60, 81.
No. But 60, 80 is coming in, which is
that's
a very
60, 61.
Still not coming in.
60, 80 is this color, guys. It's like a
dark
gray, dark slate. Mm-hmm. How about
2113? It's very hard because these are all
2113 is a beige.
3011 is also like almond.
Yeah. Well, you see, guys, I'm just going to hold this up here. These are 3 different shades of beige. Yeah. I mean, these are 3 different colors.
Believe it or
beiges, right? This one does have a little bit of a pink cast. I think this is Cafe au lait. It's a little toastier, and the one in the center might be almond. So again, there are a lot of great beiges. I have a great sweater that I want to make. It would look lovely. Do you think the sweater I would want to make would look better in a light color? For some reason, I'm thinking it would look better in a light color, like
I agree with you.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's what I'm going to have to do.
But in addition to some of the new restock that we're getting in 5 new colors. And I will read you the color names because they're really quite enticing, I think. Rose Sand, Peach Flower, Shocking Pink.
Really?
Jelly Bean Green, and that's a bright, bold green for all you green lovers, and Olive Green.
Oh, maybe I have to do the olive green. I might have to.
So stay tuned. New is coming
anyway, and it's a lovely
Thank you for
yarn.
asking.
It's a very.
Can I just give you these?
Yes, sure.
To put on top.
Yep,
Sorry.
yep.
But the Lena is great. Tin Lena is wonderful. We continue to sell it, and it's a great yarn. So can't say enough about it. Actually,
You looking at my tail? Is that what you're looking at?
yes. Don't.
You want me to show it?
No.
I have a tail. I have a tail. I have the tail there because I wasn't sure if it was going to be long enough. So I said, with my luck, I'll weave in my end and I'll need to take it out. So, but I don't. So I have to weave it in there.
Too funny. Jane is asking 9822. No, that's the Chino's colorway. I believe.
That's not coming. Is it?
That's not
Someone
coming in.
wants it.
I know. It's Chino is not coming in, unfortunately, the 9822, but a new olive green is coming in. And there's some.
What are the colors that are coming in?
Here.
That aren't back ordered? The ones up there?
Yes.
Well, that's a green, but it's a different green.
What other questions do you have? Is light Chino? No, I'm sorry,
The raspberry cream is coming in.
Raspberry cream.
Raspberry cream is a great color.
Terracotta coming in?
Yes,
Terracotta is coming in. It's funny, the colors that we, except for your petrol.
My petrol's not coming in.
What about the light green that you did your?
There's one of them. There's 8561.
That might be your
or
green.
Is it the 60? Yeah, it's one of the greens. I don't remember which one. But all the colors, I mean,
they're really beautiful.
The colors are great.
There's a beautiful straw, like a yellow colorway that we have in stock. We might have like the soft pink.
Right.
There might be black in stock.
We do have stock in some of the beiges.
Yes, the neutrals.
Yeah.
How elegant and feminine would this look in black?
Yes. That would be lovely.
Should have done it in black. Although I do like my purple.
You can do it now in black. You can do it again. But there are too many things to do the same thing again.
It's very pretty. Anyway, okay.
So that's what we're wearing, and that's what it was made out of. And do we have any, are we talking about whips now?
Yes. Let's move on.
Let's move on. Oh, I forgot to put those away, Dina. My whip is the lovely Tee, which we've been doing a Zoom knit along with Kimberly. I did make some progress on it this weekend. It is a lot of knitting because it is, it's like a 9-inch yoke, right, Dana? And fingering weight yarn. So
you did a lot.
It doesn't really.
Did you start your helical?
No. Well, no, because personally for me, I know they're talking about starting the helical on the top.
Yes.
But I usually start after I split for the sleeves. That's just my, unless I looked at the yarn and said, yeah, it's really different. I have to alternate.
Right.
So this is what I have left of the first ball.
And you're not are you going to run out?
I am done with my increases. And I probably have, this is probably maybe 7.5 inches. Maybe I have another 1.5 inches to go. So I don't know if I'll probably make 1.5 inches. I don't know if I will or I won't. I could start it now. The only thing is how do you do helical knitting on a yoke when you're doing increases?
I wouldn't. So the way you do it is that you don't, how you slide the stitches? Mm-hmm. So, and I think this came up in our Facebook thread
not with
the fake seam.
The fake seam, but they weren't talking about it in terms of increasing on the yoke.
But in terms of increasing, where the increase lands.
Right.
You have to skip over that. So in other words,
you don't do the increase?
You do the increase, but even like if it's 3 stitches, you can manipulate. You don't have to slide 3. You can slide 2 or slide 1.
Question. So say you're sliding 3 and this middle
slide 5. Would it make a difference?
It doesn't make a difference. Okay, that was my question. Okay. Yeah. I just wasn't sure if that would make a difference.
Right.
I wouldn't want to do that. For me.
Right.
Unless I really saw a difference in the skeins. Now I make this, and when I join the second and third skein, I start doing helical. I see a difference.
So my suggestion to Pam, because we were texting last night, is to actually maybe begin the helical now.
Right. So that
not that you have to, but you can certainly do it in the yoke. A lot of people had done it. Mentioned that they started helical knitting right after the short rows. And again, that's how you would avoid the increasing when you have patterning. It's very hard to keep in pattern while you're doing the helical knitting. But because this is in stockinette, as long as you keep your make ones or keep your increases
where
intact,
they belong,
yes, then you should be fine.
So there I am. And look at my sleeves.
The reason I suggested to actually incorporate the second color is so that when you do divide and you bring in your new color, I wouldn't want you to have the like a band
Right.
there.
Right.
So if you did the jogless join now,
Right.
it would blend into,
I
yes.
don't mind doing it. I could.
Now I have to tell you, Susan had come in.
Susan.
And she's doing a helical. Who has done this with 3 colors? How amazing.
Yeah, that's fabulous.
So I was thinking maybe I will try and do that because I've never done that.
How do you have 3 colors?
You have 3 skeins.
Well, you've got this little bit. You're talking with this one?
Right. So in other words, I would do ball A, B, and C and do a 3 skein helical.
That's not for me. You know, I was watching a very small bit of the video that what's her name? Used to be in the posse. What's her name? Lorian. Is it Turtle, Yarn Turtle or something is her name, I think?
Yarn Love Turtle.
And she was talking about a sweater that she's making, and it's very pretty. It was like a striped sweater, but like a blended striped sweater, and she was on the sleeves. And she said, I knit my sleeves 2 at a time, magic loop. And I thought, oh my God, I'd have to kill myself with all the ends and the different. And she's taking the yarn because she's got the minis, you know. She's taking it from the inside and the outside. I said,
can you imagine me?
I was like,
I would be a tangled mess.
I can't do it.
Oh my
but anyway,
goodness.
It works for her. So, you know, it's whatever works for you. But anyway, this is where I am. So hopefully when we meet next week, I will have split for my sleeves and I'll be working down. So I need to pick up another project because this is just stockinette knitting.
You definitely have earned the right to cast on a project.
Well, did you see my post yesterday about how long it takes me to knit around?
Yes.
Now, I wasn't particularly timing myself. I said, oh my God, I'm glad it wasn't that, you know, I just happened to do this. I'm going to take a picture of it. You know?
That's so funny. Yes, you inspired me to see how long it would take me to do my wave on my Fluxus shawl.
Is that what that minute was?
Yes.
Is that what that was?
Yes. It literally took me to do.
Took you how long? 8 minutes?
8 something to do. I'll show it to you. The short row section on this.
Does anybody time themselves when they're knitting?
Of course we do. Well, it was funny because Kimberly was mentioning.
Oh, is that right?
No, she wasn't timing herself. She was counting the rows.
Right. Well, you know, especially on this, when I got into the stockinette section, that's what I did. I would, and you know what? It makes me knit faster. If I'm just sitting there, I'm so bored. I'm thinking, oh, you know. But when I time myself, it makes me more productive. Let's put it that way.
So this little section here took me 8 minutes.
Which little section?
This little short row section. It almost looks like a little
eye. That section took 8 minutes.
Yes,
that's good, Dina. That's not bad. That little short row section. That's not bad.
I mean, it's all the double stitching.
How did you do? Did you do German short row? That's what I was going to ask.
Yes.
Nice.
So I'm working on the lovely tee, but I didn't work on it at all this week.
It's not her only whip.
No, I didn't even work on it. I didn't pick it up at all this whole week. But I've been knitting on this.
But you're missing the best part.
How insane. I was telling Pam that Natasja is just brilliant. I don't know how she comes up with this stuff. She's just a brainiac.
Did you order some of that yarn?
Yeah. I need to. How gorgeous is this? Look at the serpentine. I was going to do a post.
Can you imagine that in a nice gold color? Gold and what else?
I love it.
Love it.
I love it. So this is fun.
I may have to make that one, Dinah. Let me feel it. Is it lightweight?
This is in Rauma.
That is lightweight. It's like a feather.
Right?
It looks like it would be heavier, but it's not.
It isn't. It really isn't.
Yeah, this is Finull Rauma.
Finull Rauma.
Which is a fingering weight. Well, they say it's
fingering to sport weight.
Yeah.
Could go either way. I'm on a size 5.
Nice.
And it's super fun.
How much more do you have to go?
I'm on the border. I think I have to do.
You're almost done.
Well, not really. I still have to do another.
How big is the border? How many inches?
I think it's about 10.
10 inches?
Maybe.
10 inches?
I don't know.
Oh, wait. You're saying 10 inches from here?
From here,
I thought you were saying 10 inches starting now.
No. I have to do like another repeat of this, and then it's the edging.
Nice.
Thank you, guys. Yeah. So
yes, that is Moonstruck. Caddy Jax is asking.
Yes, it is. She's amazing, and she's just brilliant. I don't know.
Does it have a name?
Fluxus.
How do you spell it?
Fluxus.
Flexus. Flux. Fluxus. Fluxus. I wonder what that means. I always enjoy watching the.
Anyway, it's attractive.
It is nice, isn't it, guys? That is pretty.
So that's my whip.
So that's your whip. What else? You have another FO. I'm looking. You going to talk about that?
Oh, yes.
Dina has another finished.
Will you put it on?
Oh, Dina. I think it looks better on you than me,
No,
but
no.
I will do that for you.
I have a headscarf.
Keep in mind that this may not necessarily be my look.
I'll show it on Sophie too. She looks adorable in it. How cute is this for the summer, you guys? Come on, by the pool.
Yep. Or we would
bad hair day.
You could even like
cuff it,
but I mean I have to get my hair. Or else Sophie has it like this, where she's
look at how cute she is.
Look
she's
at that.
wearing it with
how
like
adorable is that? Yep.
Super cute.
She's got her ears out. You see, that's what it
maybe
is.
That,
Dina. Maybe
I would
that's
look
the
like
thing to do.
I can't put my ears out. But how
You
stinking cute is this? It's crocheted. I'm going to come up with the knit version.
I think it helps when she's got the...
Put your... I don't know. I need someone to style it for me. My gray hair would totally... I don't know.
Well, anyway, you want to try it on, Dina? One more time. I'm going to put it behind my ears.
Yeah, put it on like you had it before. It's super cute.
Like this? Or like this?
I put it, like that. I think it's adorable. Anyway, I need a name for it. My husband said, you look like Rhoda.
I think
who knows nice Rhoda from the Mary Tyler Moore show?
She pulled some hair out. She did. It was Rhoda. It was called Rhoda. Wasn't that what it was called?
I think that's why I asked you.
Yeah, I think
from the Mary Tyler Moore show. I'm waiting for sequins from Canada. You sell bling carry along.
Yeah, we do it in the City Lights hat. The City Lights, yeah.
We have some in the Flora, and we have it from the City Lights hat. So here's our bling.
So I left my ears out.
I think cover the ears. I don't know. Sophie gets away with it, but I said, "Oh, look at how cute! There you go."
So if you're like, this could be good for a bad hair day when you're like at the beach. I think that's lovely.
It's adorable.
Well, it's crocheted #1.
It's 2 skeins, and if you want it larger,
it's cotton, isn't it, Dina?
I believe it's a cotton blend.
It's a cotton blend.
Yeah. I started a new one. I might do a larger size. This
I
one's
don't think
purple.
you need to, though. You might need to.
This is the yarn that we used. It's called Flora.
It's not bad.
There's a little, it's like a tonal bling. So it's not too blingy, but it's enough bling.
It's really not bad, Dina.
It's really cute. What are they saying? Love the Mary Tyler Moore show, yes. Right. Pam does look like you look like Rhoda.
You know, people have told me that before. It's not surprising. I've had someone tell me that before. They say that I look like well, I'm not gonna say what they say I look like, whatever.
That's funny. Yeah.
Call it, that's what Steen says, call it Rhoda. That's what we were saying. Yeah, but so then funny. Dina was saying maybe I'll ask everyone what I should call it, because you guys come up with such great names.
Anyway, so I'm working on a second one. I was thinking of making this one larger. This is how it starts out. Pretty basic crochet.
Oh, I see what she's saying too. You know, you might be able to do this as well.
What?
You know, never thank you.
And you can also try it around your neck.
Right, that's what I'm doing.
I did.
Did you do it around your neck? This is
really cute.
Oh, I like this.
Look at that. So it's a dual purpose scarf. We always like it when you can do 2 things. Oh, I love it.
Get my hair out. I like it off to the side.
It's got a little bit of, I guess, a scalloped edge to finish it off. It's really cute.
You know, Caddy Jacks could style it very well.
I'm sure. I don't know who's on. Both of them could style it great.
Yes, they both
really
do.
Amazing.
And this is what it looks like. And it really has some nice, we were saying this before, it has some nice give to it. So it's not like you wear it and
it chokes you.
It chokes you.
But it only takes 2 skeins. So you can always purchase an extra skein a la carte. I'm looking for testers if anybody would like to.
Do you want me to test it, Dina?
You can test it if you'd like. Super easy.
What size hook were you on?
I was on an E hook, I believe, or maybe a D.
How did you find crocheting with the sequins?
It's fine.
No problem?
No. None whatsoever.
Good.
It's really cute.
I just can't do it with my hair.
It's interesting, though. I joined in the second ball, and it was like in the top tier. What was it, about 3 inches?
Yes, yeah.
From the top.
End, correct.
So it's interesting because as your crochet gets wider, as your triangle gets wider, you really don't get much width out of it.
No, you don't, because you have more
from
stitching.
Adding another skein. I'll also have to wait for the knit version. Okay, Diane.
We could do that.
Yes.
Sure.
I do have one already in mind, so stay tuned.
There you go.
So it's super cute,
I
and
bet you could wear it this way too.
message me if you'd like to test.
I don't have it on right though. I like it better the other way.
The knot in the front.
Yeah.
That's also cute.
No, I think I like it better with, or maybe the knot to the side. Maybe that would be cute.
I really like
See,
the
that's
little
cute
bit of
too.
bling.
I like that.
And you're not blingy, but it looks really
No,
good
I'm
on
not
you.
blingy. I'm not.
But
It's, and I
doesn't
have to
swing.
say, it's
Soft.
It's soft. It's very soft. Very soft. I like it a lot.
So that's
There
new.
you go. There you go. So
Coming
the name,
soon.
is it Rhoda?
I don't know.
I think you might
Leave
have
a
to call it
comment.
Rhoda.
I
Rhoda
think
what
so.
though? You just can call it the Rhoda? Or you're going to call it Rhoda? I
The
think
Rhoda
you have to
wrap?
say the Rhoda.
The Rhoda wrap.
The Rhoda wrap. I don't know. See what they say.
Love it on Pam. She looks great.
Yeah,
She
I know
does.
about that.
A fling with bling.
A
That's
fling.
cute.
That's a great name. A fling with
A fling with bling. I like that.
I like that.
It's super cute. All right.
There you go. To come
That's coming.
at a later date. Hopefully
Okay.
not too much later.
Yes. Message me. Get me to do it. You have to help me put it on a thread or whatever. Testers.
Please, you know,
I'm so bad with the
I
technical
finally the other day sat down and did, you know, when I had done what was the pattern I put on Ravelry? It was the split decision. No, not that one. When I
yes.
created two
Yes.
design accounts.
Did you get it?
I've had two accounts.
Did
One
you get
is
it
on
down to one?
Not yet. Well, you know, nothing is easy on Ravelry. So I went back to the thread when I had asked the question. It was like the end of January. And I had such a hard time that by the time I finally got it listed, I said, I don't have I can't have the patience or the energy to correct that now. But I did. I went back to what they told me to do. It's like, go here and then go here and do this and ask that. And so I have to see if they answer me now. I said, because you can't fix it. They have to fix it.
Of course.
So I said, you know, I want it to be merged into one account. So good luck. I know. Good luck. It'll be like that for 3 years probably.
Marian, Cynthia, thank you so much. Please message me. Send me a message either on Instagram or email me, and I would love to share the pattern.
Absolutely.
So
no, message. Don't put it down here. DM Dina. This is the way you do it. DM Dina with your email address, so she can email you the pattern.
Thank you.
That's what you need to do.
Thank you. Thank you.
Because a lot of times the username and the email they're different, so you have to do that.
Thank you, Kim. Caddy Jackson saying, I will know how to crochet after the spring knit collage make along.
There you go. Good.
Thanks. Okay. So let's move onward. We have, thank you. Let's get that off.
So we have some cute things. What's new to this week, Dina?
I don't know what I put in.
You want to start with this first? You want to do this first or no?
Sure.
You want to do that first?
Doesn't matter.
This or that? Let's do this because it's so pretty.
I didn't put this in the show notes, but I'll add it in.
Okay.
Because we went live with it.
Yep.
Okay. We have Stephen West's Honeycomb, painting Honeycomb shawl. We were inspired by one of our local customers during the week. Michelle,
you've seen this skein before. We've talked about this. Yeah. This is called, what's the color again?
Caramel by the Sea.
Thank you.
Fabulous colorway. And we also have it in, this was the March colorway. It's called the Wave.
And that was inspired by like a Sedona.
Here's the picture for the inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
And I will tell you, the colorway is sold out, but Hydrangea is the LYS colorway for May.
It's on the website.
It's on the website. It's available for pre-order. And we're going to show you how we kitted it. We basically took the self-striping ombre yarn.
Two skeins.
It's Merino Cloud. So it's is it MCN or just Merino and Cashmere?
It's Merino Cashmere.
Merino Cashmere. And then we're using the solid black
to create
honeycomb.
How gorgeous is
that? Which is super pretty.
How pretty would that be? So it's 2 of the ombre and 1 of the solid.
Correct. So we have this. We also have this colorway available, which is the Wave.
Mm-hmm.
And what we ordered to go with it is this color, which is the dark brick. And that's going to be the solid color going for the honeycomb.
Are those the 2 ways?
And then there's a third way that you can do with the hydrangea,
With the hydrangea,
which is coming with
doing
navy.
With navy.
Yes.
That's pretty.
So there are 3 options. They might not all be photographed, but they're all going to be available.
Correct. And it's an 80-20, 80 merino, 20 cashmere.
Correct.
Extremely soft. And Michelle was saying when we were winding this the other day, that it doesn't feel like fingering because the cashmere plumps it.
It's true.
So it's lovely. So if you can imagine, it's like doing the painting bricks, but not changing colors, just using
so
one
nice.
skein.
Nice and easy.
Lovely. So anyway, so that's new.
That's new from Artyarns.
Yep.
And then we have Mohair Ombre 2-ply, which is also new from Artyarns. These colorways don't have names, they have numbers.
Yeah.
So this is number 724. And this is going to be an ombre of all those colors.
Tell them how that is, Dina. It's like a 2-ply.
It's a 2-ply mohair. And this is the base that I used for my spot sweater.
It's 60% kid mohair and 40 silk. And it's 620 yards.
Which is amazing. It's a 100-gram skein with 620 yards. And these are all the colors that are running through this ombre. It's got like a toffee, a beautiful...
That's a pretty
What kind of green would you call that? Like a mint green?
No, it's brighter than a mint. It's like a
pistachio.
Peacock, like a peacock green.
Dark plum, lavender.
Lovely.
Very pretty.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have color number 732, which has got this beautiful sun yellow, turquoise, ivory, lavender, another pretty colorway.
Look at that one. Gold. It's like a purpley blue, right? With some purple in there.
So pretty.
And it says a 5 to 7 needle, and gauge varies. So, and then this is
$73.95. So we have the pictures on the website for you to look at. Now, the amazing thing with this collection, the 2-ply ombre collection, when you buy a skein of yarn, you get a special code on here.
Oh, that's the thing, yeah.
And you have access to 5 different patterns. Oh, you want to show that one?
Yeah, this one was wound up. We didn't show this, but look at that one.
That's gorgeous.
It's like a burst.
I think that looks like this one.
Let me see. Oh, yeah.
I think that's this colorway. It's in the Sonoma Dreams pullover.
Yeah.
So what happens is with every purchase or every skein, you get access to the ombre collection. And it's 5 patterns, 5 different designs. This one here is called Light My Fire Sweater, which is one option that you can do. And the ranges, they're from 1 to 3 skeins in the Mohair Ombre 2-ply.
This one's pretty too.
Extra small running from 32 to 34, and the largest size being an XL 52 to 54 for the pullover. So that's a beautiful option. Then you have the Sonoma Dreams pullover, which is another beautiful option. Whoops, I'm showing you the instructions. There it is. And again, this is also a range of 1 to 3 skeins, and the sizing is 34 to 37, and it jumps up to 53 to 56. It's an oversized top with incredible drape. This definitely has fabulous drape. I'd knit with it for my spot sweater. I love it.
This is another one. It's called, what does it say? Color Surprise Sweater.
There's Sandstone Striation.
Sandstone Striation.
And last but not least, there's another shawl. It's called the Horseshoe Lace Wrap. So it's pretty incredible. You get all of these patterns available with the purchase of one skein.
Right.
So hopefully you'll find some inspiration. And
very pretty. Very
it's beautiful yarn.
Very pretty.
Yes. And it's got a lovely sheen because of the silk that's in the mohair.
Mm-hmm. And
the fact that it is already a 2-ply, you don't have to wind and knit double. It's already doubled for you.
Nothing.
So that's fun. Ombres seem to be all the rage.
They do.
Yeah,
they do seem to be all the rage.
Okay, next up, we have a new knit along announcement.
Oh yes, let's get that one.
Clinton Hill Cashmere.
Let's show the way that that way. Why don't we show that way?
Okay. Clinton Hill Cashmere is hosting the Quartet knit along. I believe it starts as of June 5th.
Yes, June 5th.
June 5th is the cast on
And
party.
it ends on July 10th.
July 10th is the end date. There are 3 Zoom dates, a cast on Zoom, a midway check-in, and a completion party.
And then you'll get to the fall and you'll have this great scarf done.
Exactly, which is super nice.
So the way Dina just held up is it's kitted. We have it kitted that way, which has black is the main color, pink,
Passion pink,
yeah, I don't know the
Merlot,
names.
and cognac. So
Love
this
that
is the kit option.
That's the way she photographed it. She did it in that
Right.
picture. So we have that available. We've done several other kits.
Yes. So the kits are discounted. They're 10% off. So if you are thinking about using some cashmere,
And it does
now
take,
might be a nice time.
I'm holding up 4 skeins, but you would get 3 skeins of your main color.
Right.
Which
It's
in this
6 in
case,
total.
Yeah, 6 in total. So that's the photographed colorway. But of course we couldn't end with that. You can't just do that. That's too easy. Right?
No, we have some options to show you. Lady loves yarn. I wish I had 8 arms like an octopus.
Wouldn't
so I can
that be
all
nice?
I agree with you.
Which way did Debbie get, Dina? This one? This one?
Yes, we'll show that in a minute. This is the main color for the next option. This is called Indigo, and we have it with Capri Blue, Light Denim, and Passion Pink. So you can just imagine that your main color is going to be in this indigo color right here. And then we did the chevron. Now this is just color
It's
inspiration.
like a periwinkle color. That's really
It's
one
getting
is
blown out.
periwinkle. That's beautiful right there where you just had it. That's perfect.
It fell on my fingers.
That light we could just soften it a little bit.
Maybe that's better.
Mm-hmm.
It's a beautiful stack.
Right here. Give me that. I'll take that. So it's
Okay.
not in the way.
And this one is fabulous. This main color is going to be the olive green. So you'll get 3 skeins of the olive green in this version. Then we have the onyx, the slate, and the camel. This kind of reminds me of camouflage. It's also unisex.
Yeah, I like that one. It's like almost a basic.
Yeah. It's Missoni
Right?
inspired. The
Mhm.
shawl, it's got this like chevron
Mhm.
stitch pattern, which
Yeah.
you could see right here. It is really nice. Dinah, how many skeins of the mohair did you need for your spot sweater? So the spot
2,
sweater
2.
took 1 large ombre, a second large ombre. This was actually my kit. And then it also had 2 skeins of the darker color for the bottom. And I did have this lighter version for
Which
the neckline.
color? It was this color that was going throughout the sweater?
This was my main color. This was my spot color.
I'm a little confused.
This
So
is
when
this
I
is
say the
dots.
main color, I'm not talking about the background color on the top. I'm talking about what created the diamond pattern.
That's this.
Is that color?
So main body is the background. So these are
The
the
background
spots.
color. That's
Right.
what I'm asking. That's
This
what I'm
is my
asking.
background.
Okay.
This was my kit right here. Okay. Next up
This.
was black the main.
Yeah.
Black is the main here, which is really lovely. And we have that paired with the olive, the camel, and scarlet. Look at how pretty that is. So that's super nice.
That's a pretty one. That
Yep.
almost looked a little bit like a Burberry color. Right? Burberry, maybe?
Gucci, I think.
Gucci.
Is it
something like
Gucci? It's
that.
one of those.
One of those.
Not that I really know my name brands,
There
but
you go.
this one is a fun one. This is the French gray.
Who doesn't need a pop of colors? French
French
gray. Mm-hmm.
Passion pink,
Right.
YOLO. You ready for this one? And oh my goodness, paradise purple.
How pretty would that
How
be?
fun is that? So the
You
whole
like your
cowl is in
neons,
gray,
yeah,
and
sure.
then you get your little neon burst.
There you go.
I love that one. Is this one main in the cognac, right?
Yes, that's the main in the color.
So this one is a cognac main, and then we paired it with,
That's very pretty.
this one's a little bit softer,
Yeah.
the pale blush, which is a very soft baby
This
pink,
one, green.
ivory, or it's winter white, and a French gray.
Mm-hmm.
Super nice.
That's a pretty one. And the last one.
I think we did pale blush.
Pink is the main color, correct.
Pale blush is the main,
French gray.
and then we went with neutral.
Oh,
Oops.
I'm sorry.
No,
Dina.
that's okay. Neutral stripes, slate, light sand, and French gray. And unfortunately, the pale blush is kind of getting blown out. There it is. It's soft, very pretty, very different than like the real vibrant ones. You're welcome, Linda.
So that is the
That is the
Quartet.
quartet. Who's getting ready to sign up for this knit along? Anyone out there? Is it too hot to be knitting in cashmere?
Well,
I
there
don't
was
think
just
so.
another one. What was the name of the pattern? I believe it was released about a week ago, 10 days ago. Prolific Knitter, the one on Instagram.
Oh,
that
Florence
she
Sperling
knitted.
Designs.
Love
Gorgeous.
that one.
And the
That was
DK.
beautiful. That was the DK, right? You want to show a picture of that?
Absolutely
can.
stunning.
That's another gorgeous one. And I think it only
She's
takes
remarkable.
4 skeins. I think it's 1 and 3. I think that's lovely too. But there's no knit along for that one. You could just do that yourself.
Here it is.
It's gorgeous. Oh, that's beautiful.
It's called the Flynn Shawl. It's designed,
Flynn.
yes, Flynn Shawl.
How gorgeous is that?
Florence
I would make
Sperling Design. Isn't that gorgeous?
Beautiful.
She's such an elegant, I love her aesthetic.
Yep.
She always does came. She always does beautiful work. Look at this. It's a beautiful shawl designed by Florence Sperling Designs. And we were thinking of making up kits in the DK.
Yeah, that would be lovely.
So stay tuned for that one.
Because again,
That is
the
a
fall
beauty.
comes and you have it.
Exactly.
Now, there's one other kit that, this is not summertime, but now's the time to knit so that you have it in the fall. And we just saw this and we thought it was someone told us about it, right?
Yes.
I think we've seen it before. We've
Definitely seen it before.
but
But Tracy, we were talking about Dream State and coming up with new sweater patterns. We just sold the, how do you pronounce it? Koivu by Caitlin Hunter, which is another beautiful option to knit with a DK weight yarn and with Dream State. But this one is called the Bouquet sweater and it's by Junko Okamoto. And thank you, Tracy, for inspiring us.
Now this, I'm going to show them the one on my phone. The one. The
Oh,
blue
sure.
one.
The one that's done in
Because
the Dream
now
State.
this one, the main color is a tweeded color.
Yeah, and it's also very low contrast. If you look closely, you'll see that there's actual stranded color work, and I'm not sure if you can actually see it, but there's also floats on this design. So it's a combination of 2 techniques, which is kind of fun.
Here it is.
So you're carrying the yarn when you do color work on the wrong side, and then you're actually bringing it to the front to make long floats in the front as well. And she has, I'm not sure if you could see, but there's a matching shawl or scarf that's done in the inverse of the sweater palette. So elegant, very pretty.
But this is lovely. So this gives you an idea of
Hi,
what,
Kate.
what it would look like in Dream State.
Oh, it's gorgeous. So this is what inspired us.
How gorgeous is that?
Kate, how are you feeling? Are you knitting yet?
Yeah, is she knitting it? That's the question. So anyway, we thought, and it's carried, slipped in front, slipped in back, that kind of a thing, which really makes it quite interesting, I think. So
Super
of course
fun.
we saw that. So
I wonder how that's charted.
It's interesting when you look at the directions on Ravelry. There's not much. It's not a big long thing about the sweater. It's one size fits all.
Yes, we should mention that.
And
it's,
I did
one
print
size
out
fits most.
Fits most. Yeah, well, and then I printed this out. This gives you an idea
of the schematic.
But it's all she really says. It's a 20 stitch gauge, and that as you would also do in color work, sometimes you might need to go up a needle size in the color work. Thank you. It says, so try working the color work with a larger needle. But she said she gives the gauge as 20 stitches to 4 inches in the color work in the stockinette section. And it seems pretty, she uses a size 3, 4, and 6 needle. There's not too much.
That's interesting. 3, 4, and 6 needles. So we have it offered in 2 different. We have 2 different kit options. We have it offered in Corriedale DK, which would work certainly with your 6. We also have it offered in Forge. So if you're looking to plump up the sweater, I would probably say maybe use a larger needle if you wanted a larger size. Because the sizing is really, I know she only has a 1 size on this, and it's probably, when designers do this, they're not doing it because they think everyone could fit into their sweater. Some of these designs are so intricate, it's very hard to size it to make it for a larger size. I can't speak for her or for any designer. I'm just saying that's something to consider. There's a lot of numbers involved in getting your repeats done, and you want to make sure the sweater fits properly. So when a designer only offers it in one size or limited sizing, it's not that they're looking to not offer it to many or all sizing. I think it's just sometimes it's challenging.
Right. And I was just going to say something. When we looked at it, there were over 50 people who made it out of Brooklyn Tweed Shelter. And Brooklyn Tweed Shelter, it said the gauge on Shelter is like 4 1/4 to 5 stitches. So
but I feel like that would be, so when you're knitting it to 20, like you're knitting it to 20 stitches. But for example, we have kit options. I'm pointing over here because they're over there in Forge. Forge is a worsted weight yarn, but you might need a bigger needle to get the gauge. A size 6 might make the fabric a little too dense or too tight.
The other thing I would say is definitely gauge it and see how you like the fabric, because it's knit. Excuse me. It's written to be 5 stitches to the end. So just realize if you're getting 4 1/2, that your size is going to increase. So, and as long as it looks nice, you certainly can do that.
And I'm looking at the schematic. It's written for 45
1/2.
45 1/2 inches at the hip. So it is a one size. And we're going to just show you some of the kit options. I'm only going
to bring over a few of each skein, not all of it. But this is the Moondrake.
So let's do the Moondrake first. Okay, so this is Corriedale DK. This colorway is called Toffee. And we have that paired here with Shades of Earth. And that is really lovely. I think that's a pretty good representation right there. Very pretty. We all have classes again. Yes, Christine. We do one-on-one classes, actually. Christine. Meryl, which one do you like better for my yarn? Meryl, your sweater is gorgeous. Stick with yours.
About?
The one that she did that looked so regal with her, the Koivu sweater by Caitlin Hunter. I was thinking about it. Stick to what you picked. Next up, Moondrake, Corriedale. And then we have this paired, this colorway is called Slate. And we paired this one with Mississippi Marsala. Very pretty.
This is next. This is Mahogany paired with Overpasses.
I like that. There's like a tiny thread of like a camo beigey colorway going through it.
And this pretty. Mahogany is like has like a reddish tone to
it's
it.
Very pretty.
Did we do this one yet?
No. Yeah. Next one is Old Navy, and we paired that with Deep Bump. And this is different. I like the blue-green combination. This has been very popular this season. So it's like a soft shade of green, a little bit of yellow, hints of yellow running through it, and a very pretty like marine blue. It's called Old Navy.
The next one is Leftover Wine.
Great color name.
Yes, paired with Good Omen. Look at that, guys.
That's gorgeous.
That's a beautiful one. Yeah, that's lovely.
So for the Corriedale kits, they take 5 skeins in the main color and 2 in the Dream State.
Yes.
We looked on Ravelry, and being that it's only one size, we saw that most people knit it with 2 skeins.
And also if you look at, because we did the math on it, the yarn that they were using had 160 yards, and she said she used 2. So that would put you just a tad over 2 skeins of Dream State. But when you looked in, she said she used 95 grams, whatever. We did the comparison, and it would just be that 2 skeins should make it. We weren't comfortable selling the 3rd skein because we really weren't sure, because there are people that didn't do three skeins.
Right.
So you can always get a 3rd skein if you feel more comfortable that way, but we didn't kit it.
I think the people who knitted on Ravelry who used the Dream State, I think they all used 2.
So here's another one. Now we're into the Forge.
Okay. So this here is Tobacco, which is a beautiful, let's say like an orangey brown, very pretty. And we paired that with Salty Dog. And you could see the color, stranded color play in Salty Dog, which is very pretty. And you see the hints of color in the main sweater. Love that combination. Very earthy. This one's a fun one. This one's called Midnight, a beautiful shade of navy. And we have this one paired with Stay Out of the Forest. So this beautiful navy with this like red, you can see that dark color
going through it is also
so
navy.
Pretty.
Very pretty.
Green and navy, very pretty. That's a fun one. This one is super fun. This one is Juniper. This is very different. And we have this paired with Hidden Place. You guys are going to like this. It's fun.
That's so
Come
pretty.
on, how cute is that?
That is so pretty.
Now, I said it looks like that ribbon candy.
Yes.
This hidden place.
Yes,
It looks like
yes.
that Christmas ribbon candy. Yum. I can sink my teeth into that right now.
This is a new spin cycle color for us. It's called Rosy Maple, and we put that with charcoal.
It's also pretty.
Pretty as
Of course, the pinks make me happy.
Yes. And the last way is Barn Red, paired with, I think that's lapis. Oh, look at that. Look at that, guys. You see the like the burgundy in the lapis? How pretty is that? There you go. There you go. Pretty. I think that's it. I think that's enough.
Interesting. That's a beautiful colorway. I was reading a comment by Bianca. She noticed that those on Ravelry using Brooklyn tweed shelter also said the woolen spun breaks easily on the long front floats, so applied yarn would be safer. That's interesting.
Applied yarn, what breaks easily? A woolen spun?
Yeah. Well, these are definitely plied. The Corriedale, the spin cycle, and well, actually, the base yarn. The only thing that we would be using for the color work is the spin cycle, and it's definitely plied. So I don't think you'd have that problem, but that is something to keep to note and
not to pull tightly too.
Yes, right. Those yarns do tend to snap.
Now she also has. We didn't print it, but I don't know if you can notice. She has a scarf wrapped around her neck, and it's a bouquet scarf. Looks to me like it's made in a tube. And it's kind of the inverse of the sweater, where the color that's carried in the sweater is the main color of the scarf. Very pretty.
The inverse is very pretty.
Correct.
Brenda's asking, what is the pattern were those yarns used with? It's this one right here. It's called the Bouquet Sweater by Junko Okamoto.
And you have that in the show notes, right?
Yes, I put the link down below. So that's another thing. I always forget to mention, please do follow us if you don't follow us already. And if you follow us, I think you get a notification, right? Or do you only get a notification?
You do. It depends. The thing is you get a notification, but if you don't happen to be on your phone,
right.
I don't see. That's at least for me, so I don't know.
Right. If you follow us, you do get a notification when we do go live, which is kind of nice if we're going live, but you can always watch it on the replay. And down below, I try very hard to include in the show notes the projects that we're wearing, what we're working on, our finished objects, links to patterns if they're on the website, if we're selling the kit, the link to the website.
She's going good.
Good night. Night.
Enjoy your night.
Diana's saying, I get a notification when you go live. It really helps.
Good.
Yeah. So it does help, if you follow us or I guess, is it like or subscribe? I think on YouTube
you have to subscribe. I think you have to subscribe.
The wrong terminology.
I think.
Yeah. Hi, Sylvia. Yes, we are matching. Super funny.
This is going to be a favorite sweater this year, I can tell.
Yes.
It's very comfortable.
For sure. I love this yarn. I'm looking forward to the new colors that are coming in.
What are you going to make with it? Do you know what you're going to make?
No.
Yeah, but you must have an idea. I know there are several that I've thought of as well, but now I don't know what they are.
I might do the summer house.
Summer house.
I like that one. Your top is also very cute. You should do that.
We'll see.
Yeah, we have a new one that we're
I have
to
go
sharing.
Through my all my favorites.
Your queue.
Yeah, my queue, as they say.
Anyway, my husband is home. He's asking me when I'm coming home.
Is that
lady.
What he's saying?
Yes. Maybe it's time to sign off. Not to mention, I don't have any more iced coffee.
Well, that's when you know it's time to go when the iced coffee's gone.
Thank you so much again, always, for bringing it. It's so good.
We need that little pick-me-up at the end of the day, right, Dan?
It's perfect.
It's amazing how that coffee does give us a little... Because before, we're like, oh...
No, it's perfect. It's really perfect.
It really is good.
Yeah. So if you don't follow us on Instagram, nice to see you too. I don't know if that's Kim or Kate, but it's nice to have you both. And thank you for joining us.
Yeah. And we will We don't have any Zooms this week, so we will see you next
No,
week.
I
right?
can't believe we're halfway done with our Zooms. We have 2 more Zooms for our knit
It
along.
doesn't mean my sweater's halfway done, though.
No, it doesn't mean mine is either. But
Keep those. So now let's see, when I take the sleeve stitches off,
how fast
I can do around. You know,
got to save that post.
then you
and do a
figure if it's
comparison.
14 inches and it's 8 rows to an inch, that's
How many
like,
hours of knitting?
that's you know how many rows? That's 112 rows. Oh my goodness.
112, probably by 6. I would say about 6 minutes per
Oh,
round.
6. You're lucky if it's 6 minutes. Yeah, probably 6 minutes. Probably 6. So 6 times 100 is 600. 600 minutes
10
is,
hours.
Is that what's 10 hours? Oh, that's not that bad.
There's a little extra.
It doesn't sound that bad then, does it?
You can knit that in a week.
So funny. My daughter Emily was telling me, "Oh, Mom, there's a great thing on Netflix to watch." I wish I could tell you the name of it. It's something that has to do with an astrological sign, astrological something. It takes place in Italy. It's got subtitles. That's what and my daughter, she did a semester abroad in Italy, and watching this has made her want to go back to Italy. And so it has subtitles. But I started watching it last night, but I wanted to knit. So I watched it with the voices dubbed in. As long as you don't look too closely, you see that's not matching their lips.
That drives Alice crazy. I don't care.
Well, if I want to knit, I don't care. You know, I don't mind reading the subtitles, but
you can't knit when you're reading.
You can't knit when you're reading, right? So I can watch that while I'm knitting, as long as I can hear the voices, right?
Exactly. Hi, everyone. I don't know if you're just joining in or you're just saying hello, but welcome. Thank you for being here. If you can't knit with subtitles.
No, you can't.
No.
What is it I watched? What was the
Shizzle?
Yeah. How do you say it?
Shtizzle?
Shtizzle. I don't know.
Shtizzle.
I don't know.
Something
that was
like
a great show,
yeah.
But that I could get no knitting done. And it was like a game because sometimes, they were speaking, was it Hebrew? Is that Hebrew?
Hebrew and I think Yiddish.
Well, not a lot of Yiddish. More Yiddish.
Yiddish.
No. The other one.
Bauda?
No. The other one, there's a book on it where she's married in Brooklyn. She's Satmar, yeah. And she's married, she's young, and she leaves. She like escapes from her husband. She goes to Europe. Yes. There was a lot of Yiddish in that because I could understand some of it.
Right.
But this one didn't have nearly as much Yiddish.
I think there was Hebrew in it.
It was Hebrew.
But there was some Yiddish.
No, but what I'm saying is that because I've listened to Dina speak Hebrew or have expressions from time to time, I would hear the expressions and I'd say, oh, I know what that means.
Right.
So it was like a game I was playing. Like they say, Ken.
Yes.
Yeah. What does that mean?
Yeah.
Yes. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And then other things too now. I can't remember. But that
it's so funny because you just said, we were just talking about the name of the series. And, did you see the challah I got on Friday?
Yes.
So Roche's mom
sent a challah.
Beautiful. I didn't know that there was a thing. It's customary to make a challah in the shape of a key for the first Friday after Passover.
Oh, was that
during
right?
Passover, you're not allowed to eat bread.
Oh,
and
why in the shape of the key?
Like, may it be the key to like open new blessings and doorways for like new blessings.
Very nice.
But I think I read somewhere that it's called Shtiso, and it's so interesting because Shtiso is the name of the show.
But isn't that their name? That's their name.
That's his
on
name.
the show.
But a lot of Hebrew names have meanings.
That was a great show, really.
So I wonder if that's like blessing or.
And so is the other one too. It probably is. Probably is. My last name means wisdom in Italian.
See?
There you go.
I like that. I like it when a name has meaning.
Sometimes the meanings. I had an aunt whose last name was Cavallo, and I think Cavallo means like horse. I could be totally wrong. I think it's something like that. So sometimes it's a good last name. Sometimes it's not.
Funny. Too funny.
Was it Love the Pink and Black? And that's the bucket hat.
Shayla.
Yeah, of course, Shayla. That's Dina's. Dina was kind enough to crochet that up. But yeah, those were good shows.
Yeah. Anyway,
we have to go. We have to skedaddle.
Thank you if you're just tuning in. Sorry, watch us on the replay. We appreciate your company.
Yep.
And
we hope you have a good week crafting.
Yes. And if you guys have a name for my beautiful.
Yes, I was just going to say that. Yeah. And if you want to do a crochet test for Dina,
please
But right now, what I like the name that Caddy Jack said. Fling bling, bling with fling with
A fling with the bling.
fling
No,
with the
fling
bling,
with bling.
something like that.
It's not going to look
I
good
think
on
you
me
need to
at
take
all.
your glasses off, Dina.
I definitely can't wear this. My daughter, I don't know who. I need someone to model it for me.
It's funny. There are people who could put that looks cute on you, Dina. I think you have to do the same thing. You need some wisps of hair coming down.
Yeah, my gray
I
hair.
mean, you're not in front of a mirror. I think that's cute.
Yeah, we need a
think
name.
that's
So leave a
cute.
comment.
You just have to wear it with confidence, right?
Yes, especially on a bad hair day.
Well, that's why you need it. That's why you need. I wonder what it would look like if you put your hair up in a bun and you put it on. I wonder how that would look if you had like a little bun in the back or something. You know,
I
probably
know it
cute.
looks good with curly hair because Sophie's
I
hair is
saw
super
that
curly.
because she had the tendrils
Yeah.
coming down. It was
Yeah.
very nice.
Anyway, all right, everyone. Thank you so much. Have a good night.
See you next week.
Bye.
Gotta end it right down.
Yeah, please.